Welcome back to Cheddar, everyone. The music business has gone through a major evolution in the last decade. Consumers are no longer buying music, but streaming it, and an artist's ability to make money hinges on live performances. Joining us now to break it all down is Dan Victor, editor of Popdust. All right, Dan, let's start with MTV and TRL. MTV, of course, is bringing back TRL, and the network is looking to capitalize. How are they going to do that? I mean, how are they going to do that in this day and age when, you know, the people who they want to reach don't even really know who Carson Daly is? I can't say I'm one of those people. I remember Carson Daly.
I know the name. I mean, it's a little bit after my time, but you know, TRL was like such a huge thing. Like when I was growing up, things like Headbangers Ball or 120 Minutes or MTV Raps, these were programs that a dedicated fan could see about whatever particular genre they liked. They could see it on TV. It would be live a lot of times. But there was a source for alternative music. There was a source for mainstream music, and it was curated. You know, record companies really, while they get a bad rap for taking advantage of artists, they really help the artists to get recognized. They put money behind getting their demo, turned into an album, getting them on the road. Now, the tour used to be the way they advertised the album. Now the tour has become the way they make the money, and the album is how they advertise the ticket sales. So that seems to be the way the music industry has kind of turned. Streaming has hurt licensing for artists. So in turn, that hurts record companies as well. So profits are not being driven by sales. They're like licensing and touring and merchandise. Merchandise is huge. People are paying, like, these are some nice T-shirts we have.
This is with your company.
Yeah, this is from our company, Popdust. Our website. We handle, we cover entertainment news, music a lot, film, arts and culture, things that are happening that are relevant, not just to the mainstream, but to what's coming up. We want to focus on the rising star, the people who are going to be the next big thing. Because I think that's something that is dictated a lot by a record company. Will say, hey, well, we like this particular artist and we're going to throw a lot of money behind them, but they used to be able to take risks. Now they can't, so they have to go for the sure thing. It really restricts the talent that could come to the surface, so a lot of it is independent. All of this independence, all of these options, ability to publish on your own has flooded the market, so where do we go?
Going back to TRL a bit, how do you think the format's going to change? Obviously, for this day and age, it seems like there is more focus on the live performance, and you would get live performances from time to time on TRL. I mean, that's even back in the day in the '90s, right? That was sort of like the cool thing to tune in for the live performance.
I would watch all the time. I mean, that was like I would come home from school, and that was what I would watch.
Really? Oh, okay. Wow. Wow. It was an institution for that day and age, and I think Twitter is a huge thing for connecting to live events. I think that's something that was always good. Like you look at, any of the game shows, Twitter has been the way that people communicate and promote. Social media is going to play a huge part. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I was just thinking, last week we had Michael Wolff come on the show. He's CEO of Activate, and it's a consulting firm, and he was the president of MTV for a few years back in the mid-2000s. And his thesis is that MTV needs to go back to its roots.
Yes.
And it needs to go back to music videos, and that's what it really needs to do. How does it do that and compete in a day and age when music videos are on Vivo, YouTube, and increasingly, of course, bands' websites, and at the same time, you have young people not even subscribing to the type of cable package that would give them Viacom and MTV.
Yeah, it's going to be structured differently. You look at something like, I don't know, now YouTube has YouTube Red, you have Live, Facebook Live, you have Twitter Live, you have Instagram Live. These are all formats that are going towards the experience, an experiential thing that isn't completely produced, but it's also curated. TRL is going to be the kind of thing where you're going to interact, the audience is going to comment, they're going to share it with their friends. Just like this show, you can share the live link, you can tell your friends about it, you can put it anywhere in any social media, and that's really the advantage. An organic following is really where we have to go. Content has to be content driven.
What do you think TRL, the reemergence of TRL on MTV means for an Apple Music, for example? And also, what does it mean for the artists?
Well, it means that the audience will get closer to the artist. There isn't going to be as much of a divide. you know, the more emotionally close you feel to this type of thing. Music is emotional. You know, making a business out of something that is tough because it's, you know, the audience. So you got to play to the audience. You'll find out what people really like more with TRL. You know, shows like that. What are people streaming? They'll be able to interact on such a way that TRL never existed before. I love it. I love the idea. I think it's going to be very successful because live broadcasting is going to be the programming of the future. We're no longer going to have cable. We're going to have streaming groups, streaming channels, you know?
All right, Dan, let's talk music festivals.
Yes.
Because, I mean, not a weekend goes by here
Yeah.
in New York City where there isn't a music festival somewhere. And I mean, a few years ago, it was really just like Coachella and Lollapalooza.
Sure.
Are we in a music festival bubble?
How do you mean?
I mean, it gets to a certain point where there are so many different music festivals vying for everyone's attention, vying for the bands to actually headline the shows.
Right.
You know, you can only have so many because there are only so many people who enjoy shelling out this much money and traveling to these areas. So at a certain point, it just gets like there's too many.
Well, I'll be honest. I used to work for a booking agency, one of the larger ones, and it is a very lucrative business. Touring is the kind of thing where you look at Lollapalooza. That's now in Chicago.
Yep.
It used to tour all over the country. You know, it focused on that one market. You have Coachella. That's one thing. You have South by Southwest. That's a huge thing. People love live music. That's never going to go away. People are willing to pay these. I just was at Governor's Ball. I covered that for Popdust, and it was absolutely packed. You have Childish Gambino. You could not stand anywhere. You know, these things are selling out because people want that experience. They want to feel what it's like to see the music, not just listen to it in their headphones. So I don't think that there is a bubble. I think it'll continue as long as people want to see it.
How key is the social following to artists these days, their longevity, their success? I'm thinking of Selena Gomez, right? More than like 125 million followers
Yes.
on Instagram. Beyonce has a whole heck of a lot of followers too. We were showing Lady Gaga up there earlier. She does as well. How important is that? Is it an extension of a brand that is a necessity, or is it something that is crucial to the artists in other ways?
Well, it's crucial in all ways because it is the way I look at Facebook as a way to advertise, you know, your particular content and draw your traffic towards, you know, towards your site where you would be making your money. But you know, whether that be an album or for a business, you know, in advertising, you know. That is the way people find out about this music. It's the way people share it. You could only share music before by handing it to somebody. Here's an album, made a copy of a tape. Now there are literal millions of ways to share this music. Videos. The videos you had mentioned, those are also essential. Lyric videos have been increasingly popular and getting millions of hits. So, you know, we're not having a music video, we're having a music video that has just lyrics. I saw a great one that was like a cool animation, and it just gets people's interest. The concept of the music is as important as the actual music itself because you're selling an idea, you're selling a lifestyle, and that social media gets you closer to it.
All right, Dan, we're going to have to leave it there.
That's good.
Thanks so much for joining us.
I appreciate it.
That's Dan Victor, editor at Popdust.
Okay, still ahead, the total eclipse. We have been waiting for it for months now. We'll get you set.